yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No place is there to see. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip cards in the weekend, harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the MSA Cup. This is going to be the lower bracket finals between Yala Skip and Equinox. I think this is going to be a heck of a banger. We saw Yala Skip getting knocked out of the upper bracket last night. Incredibly awesome games to watch. Yeah, and I think these are going to also be some incredible games. We've seen Equinox climb their way through the lower bracket as well. So the winners of this will be going through and facing Saint Dynasty in the grand finals match. Joined by me today is going to just be Lotus. How are you doing?
The just was a bit it was a bit painful to hear, but I'm actually pretty excited about tonight. I mean, this is going to be the lower bracket finals. We're already into the first drafting phase of this evening. 1 HP on the left side and Equinox on the right.
Wait, what do you mean painful? As in, am I loud to you? Is that what it is?
No. You said just Lotus.
Only a hero.
Oh, did I say that? No. So I didn't. Okay, anyway, sorry. Sorry, Lotus. I did not mean it in that way.
Petals fall.
Do you know how easy it is to just mess with you?
Yeah, okay, listen, I've got monster energy flowing through my veins. I'm not thinking about every little thing. So, apologies if I skip over a few details. Anyway, let me go put up the poll. And let's look at these bans. We're already seeing the two meta junglers. Who gonna win?
Only love and night.
We also do see Sicilian getting banned out from the side of 1 HP. Sicilian is actually an interesting ban.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, we saw that Equinox were probably a little bit scared of Sicilian. If I was to guess which team was scared of that hero, because they went up against Shiro on that Sicilian from Madagascar. But no more Shiros to worry about as we're looking forward into this next draft. Looks like Skip are actually scared of it, right? So interesting ban coming through. What are they gonna first pick though?
Uranus ban also coming out from the side of Equinox. Uranus has been a big problem recently in the matches.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's, even if it doesn't do well, like even if you kind of don't play the lane that well on the Uranus and you kind of mess up a bit, it still makes so much space. You have to get the enemies have to put a lot of resources into getting you out the way and making you not a threat anymore. But oh, here it is. Oh my lord, there it is, Lotus, the Grok EXP lane that we saw coming in from Ocado. I think Yala Skip are aware of it, so they could sort of think about it being an XP lane, but it's definitely a surprise sort of factor to it.
Well, I mean, we did see Ghost Okado with that Grok, and he was.
Picking.
Oh, but Jav picking up the Bedung, that is double two walls at one time for the side of Equinox. RS Kun and Gabbit getting the next picks for the side of 1 HP. But we did see this combo coming out from the side of Equinox in the matches versus Madagascar, so I'm happy to see it again tonight.
Yeah. I think as we saw from that last game, it was a bit overkill. It was like a bit too many walls in and around the place. It could be a little bit of a sabotage on your own team if you place it wrong, but oh well, they're just gonna give it a go. I think it definitely does work quite well. More favored towards Equinox. I think the chance for sabotaging is a bit low. Ooh, we also gonna see the Beatrix, my favorite marksman on the entire game, coming in from Gambit here. Gonna be that Beatrix. No threat of a Lolita pick at all. So I think it's an okay pick. He needs to be just a bit careful of a Granger, and a Wan and an Irithel. You know. All of these three meta marksmen do have a favorable matchup into the Beatrix, so need to be a bit wary of that. However, I'm looking for a bit more of a set coming in from Yala Skip. You know that you just got the Bashia. I feel like that doesn't set up a Beatrix too well by himself. So I think on the EXP lane at least, we're looking at possibly more set potential from Yala Skip.
I definitely agree with you there. Scythe fully utilizing the full 50 seconds to pick a hero might actually go for the Irithel, but picks up the Granger.
Yeah, I mean that's very safe into the Beatrix. I think it's favorable for Scythe to play that matchup. Beatrix, it's a bit weird. It's I think Irithel's a bit stronger against the Beatrix, but
What's your command?
the Granger has that mobility aspect to him that makes it a bit difficult for her to use anything other than her Nibiru, the machine gun. So
My legacy shall
it sort of locks
endure.
Beatrix into that one
And
play
it's also
style.
true, and it's also probably because he scales very well into the late game with that stacks.
Yeah. A bit. I mean, he infinitely scales, right? You always have these infinitely scaling heroes that do suffer a bit within the mid game, right? If they don't pop off in the mid game, their late game gets a bit hindered. So, I think, you know, if we go into a traditional late game scenario, like everyone has 6 items, but you know, but Granger's got like a normal amount of stacks for that time. I think Beatrix is out on top at that point. Her scaling is also absolutely incredible. So, you know, having equal items, Beatrix wins. But then ultra late game, you know, if we're hitting like the 30-minute mark, then Granger has a hell of a lot more stacks. Then I think that's when Granger really shines.
You do have a point. Hijime picking up the Valier, but we did see the bans coming out from both teams. Equinox focusing on the Fanny and Hayabusa, but 1 HP going for the Zitian and Eve. Just getting rid of the AoE and CC mages. RS Kun picking up the Mincetar.
It's a bit of a difficult pick into the Velia. I think Velia is considered quite a good counter towards Mincetar, for the reason that I think he can get out of the King's Calling really easily. Even if he gets stunned by Mincetar's passive, he can just pop that Vengeance Flame, get that burst of movement speed, and exit on his free will. Also, the fact that if his team gets gone on by the King's Calling, that pushback on that fire is a great disengage tool for that. But we are going to see a few more picks coming out here. It's going to be that Matilda coming in from Virus. Well, I don't think it's going to be on Virus, if I'm being honest. There's no way. Okay. Oh, okay. I like that. Now I've just seen what they're cooking in the draft here. So we're looking at a Matilda on the roam with a Bashia jungle. That's going to be a traditional Matilda with a tank jungler sort of strategy going on. I really like it. I don't think they have too much to offer in terms of catching them. They have, you know, if the sets that they do have are with the walls and stuff, Matilda can just use the guiding winds to guide them over the wall.
Exactly. I think that's exactly why they picked up the Matilda. But do you think that the side... Oh, never mind. I wanted to say a Valier, not a Valier, a Feramis could have worked for the side of 1 HP. Then I remembered Zushin was picked up extremely early.
Yeah, I think If they did want to go Faramis instead of the Zushin pick, what do they pick? They pick the Grok and the Badang. Yeah, I'm not liking the look of Faramis too much on that aspect.
5 seconds.
It's okay. I mean, Faramis on the.
No, I meant switch out the position for the Faramis.
Oh yeah. I mean, Kubo is deadly on the Faramis. We've seen that.
Another.
Okay, sorry. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication. Sorry, Lotus. As we're looking in at the middle lane. I'm sorry, Lotus. I have no idea what you mean with this Faramis. But it is what it is. We are going to go into the first game here. Xbox jungle. Now, Lotus. Now, this is a good matchup for the Basha. Would you agree? Well, for the Xbox against the Basha.
Well, I know Xbox didn't have that true damage buff for his, I think his ultimate or his first skill. So, but Xbox is extremely strong in this current patch. I'm just not sure entirely about his matchup versus Basha.
I think it's good, right? Oh my god. That's going to be RSKun getting first blood in that top lane. I think cheesed him a little bit with a hook into that passive proc coming in onto Ghost Okado. So already it's going to be Yala Skip getting that early game advantage coming through. I think that's going to be really deadly since they are running a Basha lineup, right? Basha is that snowballing tank jungle hero that we've all know and are very scared of, right? A team that gets ahead with this kind of draft is pretty much certain to win the early game.
But we do see 1 HP here invading the jungle for the side of Equinox. First turtle is up in a few. Xbox is gonna take down RSKun with the help of Grok. Yes. But did you see the amount of action going here in the bot lane? Several flickers having been committed. A lot of resources getting taken up. First turtle of the game is up as well.
I unfortunately didn't miss the action bottom lane, but that does mean, as you said, it's not going to be that many resources on battle spells going forward. A nice little trade on the top lane as we also saw coming in for the Grok, getting that Mincer Turtle falling down quite low here. Virus is going to be able to get this red tree, should be able to get control quite a lot, but gets out. No, he doesn't get out, excuse me. It's going to be that Last Insanity blowing him up, finishing the rest of the job. Double kill coming in from the Xborg, but that Nice King's calling is on the play here, but it's not going to be enough damage as it's going to be a 4-for-0 trade coming through from the side of Equinox.
That was a good trade coming out from Equinox. Despite losing the turtles, they still managed to win the team fight and gain a gold advantage of 1.6k.
Oh yeah, I mean that's quite a lot actually at the 2-minute mark. I think a lot of teams can do a lot with that little bit of extra money. Can sort of turn the next team fights into another advantage, etc. But we cannot count out the side of Yala Skip. As I said before, their early game scaling is incredible. They need to be able to utilize it well though. I think the thing that Virus needs to be most careful of is the Last Insanity coming in from the Xborg, and utilizing Bunny's Matilda to sort of maneuver around the Last Insanity is their best play going forward here. Oh, as we are going to see a little bit of a fight. Oh, my amazing 3-man knockup coming in. It's going to be able to secure them a kill into Jav. Okay, this Buddy kind of cooked in that fight, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, Xborg is struggling a little bit with you know, finding a way to initiate. I think in earlier sort of the stages of the game, Basha can do a decent job at initiating, but we're really looking at the Grok to do the big initiation plays.
But what's depending on the Grok for initiations, he's still stuck in his lane right now, trying to keep the minions at bay and farm up as quickly as he can.
That is the downside to Grok XP, right? You have to stay in your lane. We're going to look at the little fight coming through here. It's going to be RSKun taking down Okado. So now that's not going to be that Grok for that initiation we're talking about. But they are a bit late to the turtle here, and Bush is low. So this should be a forfeited turtle going to the side of... was about to say, unless there is a Bennett's Rage coming through, which is gonna seal the deal for the side of Yalla Skip. Oh, amazing play from Gambit. I was gonna say this a bit later into the game, but it happened now. Is that Beatrix's Bennett's Rage actually has more damage than Retri in the later stages of the game.
That is some new information. That was such a beautiful steal. I think her entire team is just so proud of her right now. That was beautiful.
I caught that one on. Here's the replay. Boom. Right, easy little turtle steal coming in from the Beatrix. That's huge, right? They got a kill top, which made them not able to contest turtle, and then all of a sudden, they had that's what they traded for, right? They traded a kill for the turtle, but it didn't matter. They got both anyway.
That is true. We do see Equinox putting some pressure on the mid lane. Both teams are just now focusing once again on the laning and farming. But once again, so much pressure on the Grok. He has to use the Tectonic Charge to get out, but Owl comes in with the export.
Yeah, I think they're not going to be able to get too much done over there. Xborg, as I said, is heavily reliant on initiation. Cannot really go enough on a fight by himself. Will get blown up pretty hard. Oh, we are going to see the fight coming down here on the bottom lane, though. It's going to be a nice pushback coming in for the Valia. Right, but the circling eagle comes through. Look at that Basha just running along with the Matilda Airlines. They're going to be able to do a beautiful dive on that bottom lane thanks to the guiding winds. Even going into another fight here. They're not done just yet. Although Bunny's falling down quite low. Nice pickup coming in from Zushin. It's going to be the killing spree coming on from that last insanity on the Xborg there. I mean, okay, they stayed a bit too long, but what an amazing tower dive coming in from Yalla Skip.
That is crazy, especially with someone as sustainable as the Basha to just go with the Matilda and to dive them and stun. That was crazy. Third turtle of the game also up and running right now. We do see the map control in the favor of 1HP having taken the top lane, and both teams are just trying to get position around this turtle.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a hectic turtle fight here. I think we've got both junglers on the same level here. We're going to see a nice little retreat coming in from Virus, going to secure them in turtle. No King's Calling available, has been dropped on the ground off the mark. But Virus wants to go around the back with the wild Tectonic Charge. Gonna knock down two, double kill for Kado. But Virus on that back line, gonna get the killing spree on the Badang. They need to run away though on the side of Yalla Skip. They've done what they needed to do. They've sacrificed for it, but they did get the turtle.
Right now we're at the 7.5 minute mark. Kill advantage is actually in the favor of Equinox, but 1HP does have a gold advantage of around 700.
Yeah, that's so it's a very even game is what we're looking at here. Even a little bit of extra tower map pressure coming in from Yalla Skip because they did take that top tier 1, but that doesn't really make a huge difference if I'm being honest. At this current moment of the game, I think what both teams are looking for is a next fight, right? We're waiting for Kado to come in once again and give us that set. Once that happens, we know we can start looking at a swing in the sort of advantages that both of these teams have.
True, but I think that fight is about to happen now. Tectonic Charge getting committed.
Oh yeah, and the King's Calling. Oh my gosh, that King's Calling just blew up the members of Equinox right there. Last Insanity has been popped. I think he lost his immortality there, so that's a resource taken away from the Xborg that we know is so valuable. Having the extra, basically 2 lives when you pick up the immortality on the Xborg. So yeah, that's a great little set. Oh, but last side needs to be very careful. You know, one wrong move, getting hit by the Basha, and it can be over.
Very low right now.
Oh my gosh, as you can see, this Matilda is doing a great job of sort of keeping the Basha maneuverable. I think that's definitely what a lot of these tank junglers have as a common problem, right? They can't get out. They can get in, but getting out is the problem. As we are now going to see, Basha is quite low, so he's not going to be able to contest this one properly. Still going to go for the opportunity, though. We're going to see the circling eagle coming around and knocking up 3 people once again, but the retribution has landed in the hands of L. as now the fight is continuing here. It's going to be Gosakata falling down in the backline. There's going to be a double kill coming in from Gambit, but RS takes the heat from that X-Borg, takes the fire, but a nice little bit of dodging coming in from Virus. I don't think he wanted to go in there, rightfully so. I think that Granger was in position to snipe him down, but a nice disengage coming in from 1 HP.
Very much so. Sorry, the Wi-Fi just keeps breaking up, so there's these breaks in between your words. But I mean, 1 HP managed to level out the kills, but the gold gap is just getting wider into their favor.
Yeah. I think Lord as well charging a 2-1 down, which is a bit interesting. Yeah, surprisingly, talking about the gold lead, there's still, yeah, I mean, I think 1 HP quite significantly lost that fight. Well, not significantly. It was about even, but slightly on the side of Equinox. But Yala Skip are still holding that gold advantage. So it's they're sort of feeling themselves here. They need to be a bit careful though. This tier 1 tower is a bit dangerous to defend, but it is open just at this current moment. They need to be able to destroy it before that minion dies. They do manage to do it right under the noses of a few members of Equinox.
Right now, Equinox is having a difficult game. I mean, the zoning coming out from the Zushan, but also this Basha just being a pain right now, but gets caught up by the Badang. Tectonic Charge also, but gets taken down by Kubo.
Oh yeah. As now, oh, nice little save coming in from the side of Yellow Skip. Nice Kings calling on multiple members of Equinox, but that last Insanity finishes off the kill on 2. Are they going to be able to get the return kill on that shutdown on L here? That's going to be a huge kill for Yellow Skip to get as they fall forward, well, move forward in the game, advancing their advantage and are able to get that nice shutdown, as I said. And that's going to turn into a few more towers, right? Beatrix, one of the fastest tower pushes in the game.
That is true. I mean, it was a 4-for-2 exchange in the favor of 1 HP. They're definitely gonna be able to take advantage of this. Maybe try to go for all 2-tier turrets, but it's gonna be difficult with everyone back right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Map control is about the side of Yala Skip right now. They have what they need to sort of continue this advantage. I think it's not easy. You know, you're fighting into a Valia and a Grok, you know, very good counter initiation spells that they have to be so careful of, right? One Tectonic Charge that falls astray and hits that Beatrix is going to be the end of the fight, right? We're looking at, if we have a look at his items once again, he's got the Malefic Roar finish with the Sea Halberd. This Grok can be doing some one-shot stuff. It's now gonna start the Lord here. Gonna be that nice little angle coming in from the Xbox. He has that immortality available to use. Gonna see Virus taking a lot of the flak there, but look at that guiding winds once again. Gonna see that King's calling on so many people. That's pretty much a 5-man King calling coming down onto the side of Equinox there with a nice wild charge from Mikado, but is it gonna be enough though? I don't think so. As but there's the Xbox getting in the damage, that pure damage there. It's gonna be enough with the immortality turning into a triple kill. Maybe make that a Maniac going forward right now. Maniac coming in for the Xborg. That is the value of the immortality eye to be picked up, turning the fight around, taking the team wipe and going in for the Lord.
That was so unexpected. For a moment it looked like it was over for Team Equinox. It looked like 1 HP was gonna win the fight, but then the Xborg and Hichume just coming in and taking down Kubo.
Oh man. Okay, this changes things a lot, right? We were talking earlier just about who we think are the favorites going in here, and I would have said, you know, we didn't really think like we thought of Yala Skip as quite a good team, but you know, Equinox, they've proven themselves to be quite deadly. We were looking, and now we were like thinking, oh, Yala Skip, they almost took Saints down. They're surely like really good right at the game right now, but you know, Equinox are still proving themselves to be absolutely deadly. This is going to be, these are the top 3 teams are like seriously talented going into these grand finals. There's a Tectonic Charge coming in onto the back line. This is going to be a whole bunch of blowing up happening around the game here. It's going to be a double kill onto the Xborg. Nice little combo coming in from this Grok and last Insanity.
Finally, Equinox is just able to layer the attacks right now. I mean, you saw that beautiful tectonic charge working with the last insanity. So they're starting to layer the attacks, starting to work like a team and going with the 5-man rotation. This puts Yala Skips under a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of pressure indeed. They're looking for the ending angle right now. The Lord is smacking down on the base. Are they going to be able to defend this? The Lord is doing way too much damage. It's game 1 going to the side of Equinox.
Well played to the side of Team Equinox, managing to actually make a comeback in this game.
Yeah, a comeback is definitely what was on the hand here. I think you could say that Yala Skip were definitely on the lead there. You know, they had the draft to be able to push an advantage, but man, the X-Borg, once he got just a few too many items, he was able to scale out of control. No amount of Beatrix damage was available at the time because, you know, Ghost Okada was doing a great job of just catching her before that she could, you know, even output the damage. And the same could be said about RS-Kun, right? Had some amazing sets, winning the team fights, but, you know, committing a King's Calling on an X-Borg feels really iffy, and that sort of showed in that last fight.
Sure. I mean, the game started to change around once they won their first team fight where the X-Borg got a Maniac. I think that also worked a bit into demoralizing 1 HP, but they also had to check their steps now because Equinox started to get the advantage, but they didn't know how to deal with it then.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened, right? Anyway, we are going to look at going into the second game. Equinox are going to take this 0-1 going to the side of Equinox. Best of 5, ladies and gentlemen, though. We all know that best of 5s can go awry when, you know, the teams start learning about each other. You know, like there was a little bit of a meta going in about, you know, Khan and Virus, about how they were playing their junglers. But now, you know, I think Equinox had a better understanding of the game in general in that first game. So, but now, you know, Yala Skip, they get to learn a bit more.
Welcome to Grok's Castle, tidy friend.
That is true, and I think the same can also be counted for Equinox. Both teams also now have the opportunity in this best of 5, like you mentioned earlier, to just have the time to learn each other, but you don't want to learn a bit too late.
Yeah.
Always on the way.
Your team is
Obviously Equinox gonna have the advantage on the knowledge side after watching the upper bracket semifinals. No, upper bracket final, sorry, against Saint Dynasty with the other Skip. So they know, like, for example, the obvious thing was they knew about the Fanny. They needed to respect Virus's Fanny quite a lot going forward here. I wouldn't be surprised if that ban comes out once more here.
True. Also, they did go with the Bedung and Grok, so they didn't want to deal with the Fanny that now has an abundance of walls to use.
But Lotus, what do you think about if this ever comes through somehow, the YSS versus Fanny matchup, if that ever comes out?
I think YSS would win.
I think I would agree as well. I think Fanny has a good matchup into him individually. I think Fanny has more maneuverability than YSS and can outplay him, but on just the amount of jungling speed this YSS has, Fanny's not going to be able to catch up with that. And I think he's going to win on an item basis rather than on a skill basis.
I definitely would agree with you there. Also, the thing is, YSS has the mountain
call me
shocker,
a hero
so when she
because I
starts
saved
to
my nation
throw out
from
her
falling
skills and
apart.
doesn't throw out the cables, he can then just catch her with that mountain shocker and take her down. So I think the two heroes are actually a bit equal somewhat when it comes to damage and everything, but it's gonna be about outplaying and timing your skills.
Oh, I think I saw what
Why is the
happened
game
there.
called?
Yeah, we've had a miss ban, a no ban coming in from the side of Equinox here. So we're just gonna go find out what's happening over there. We could do a redraft with the same bans, except this time they're gonna have their ban going forward. Unless they just left the ban out on purpose, that could always be a thing.
No, it was a lag out. I think some of the team members did ask for a pause.
All right. So yeah. So I think that was definitely the slot that they banned the Fanny, right? That should have been what it was.
You definitely want to get rid of the fanny.
They had a moment of connection loss, but it is being fixed now.
Okay. Are we gonna restart? Are we gonna redraft?
I don't know. I think at this point they are just going to tell the opposite team they ban.
Okay, that's fair. That will make things a hell of a lot easier. Nice idea coming in. Thank you, Angelic Fury. As we are now looking towards that first pick. Let's say they do ban the Fanny. What is going to be the first pick coming in from Equinox Lotus?
You were asking what the first pick would be.
Yeah, for Equinox. If they, let's say they took out they banned the Fanny, what would Equinox's first pick be?
I think it would be might be best to go with I would say a mage pick.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
go
I can.
for a mage pick first because you don't.
Yeah, I was just saying that if maybe we can simplify the question and let's say, what role would you be first picking? What do you think is the strongest first pick when it comes to role? Is it mage, EXP? We've seen a few gold lanes coming out first pick as well, but you think it's a mage?
Yeah, I think mage would be better, but we do see that we're gonna be returning to the lobby. The entire draft is gonna be restarted.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will restart the draft. I think both of the teams, they probably want to banning the same things. But the only thing that could change, let's say that, oh, I mean, they have to ban the Fanny, right? There's no way they don't. Oh, also, we got members leaving. Hectic.
Yes, apparently someone lost full connection for one of the players, so they just have to sort out the Wi-Fi, the McDonald's Wi-Fi, and then we'll be able to come back.
Yeah. All right. That will be it for now, ladies and gentlemen. We will be very soon back for the second game between Yana Skip and Equinox. Please stay peeled. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe the live stream. It does help us a lot. Yeah, just a little bit of technical issues. We'll be back very shortly.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. For your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Cause we just want retribution. Let's go right up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With cards in the weekend, harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Looks like everyone's back in the lobby. Akado asking what the bans were, and we've just lost Kuba. Okay. Nice timing coming in from the players here. Akado answering that question, I feel like it shouldn't matter. If they just go into a redraft, they should just ban out what they already banned out. save the effort. Unless they're confirming that they have to ban those heroes, right? That could be it.
Yes, they should actually keep the bans the same. It was just the one player lagging out. If I remember correctly, it was Gosu Okado lagging out, so he's just making sure.
Yeah, also, if it was just Okado lagging out, why is everyone leaving? I don't understand. But anyway, I think we're okay. We're looking at a few relogs. I mean, you can't blame people if we are going in and out of lobbies. Then it sort of makes sense that you want to be able to get your game nice and fresh when you go into the game. Okay, we're just waiting on the last member coming in from Equinox. I think yeah. It's wait. I need to tell them something because this happened last time, right? When they oh, is it because they surrendered, right? So is it? I'm gonna just ask if does Equinox still? Oh, oops. Do they still first pick? I just want to make sure that that's all right.
Oh, that's actually a good question. Sometimes people forget how important it is having first pick or last pick, so
Okay, yeah, because that can really mess up the draft a lot. We saw, I think that was like one of the biggest highlights of last night's match, was that first pick seemed to be a lot stronger than second pick. I think it's just because you're able to contest junglers a lot better if you do decide to go for the trade.
Should
Your
petals
team
fall?
is banning.
All right, everything should be fine. We're gonna go back into the second draft, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna see that Lancelot come out once again. Interesting that they banned the Lance first.
Welcome to Guard's Castle,
I feel like
tiny friend.
maybe they want to try and, you know, contest it or something if they can take the Lance, but they're
Your
gonna just
team
not.
is
They're not gonna
banned.
go with the coin flip. They're just gonna ban out the junglers rather than play around with them.
They call me a hero because I saved
Your
my
And
team
nation
here's when the
from
fanny
falling
bang comes out,
apart.
right?
true. Sometimes
Your team is banning.
Uranus.
All right, so we might be seeing a fanny coming out on the side of yeah, skip, specifically virus. So that's going to be interesting. I think you can easily pick a fanny within the first phase. It just needs to be a little bit late,
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some noise for
Your
yours
team
truly.
and even then you can leave it for the second phase, and then you can
This
just
land
make
is
the
our
enemy
homeland.
waste a ban on
It
it.
will
So
soon be a
we'll see what
burial
happens.
ground.
Gosu Okado also picking up the Lancelot first pick for the side of Equinox. Ariskun and Gambit getting the chance to respond. Versus a Lapu Lapu in the XP lane. Uranus is banned. Who else would work nicely?
I mean, Lapu Lapu is crazy strong, right? We've seen this hero do so much work
Need no
as
protection
yeah,
from
skip.
the
They're going to
rain.
commit to the Bashia. Didn't work out as well as they wanted it to for that first match, but that was Virus playing the Bashia. We usually used to seeing him play the assassins,
team
right?
is
That's what we usually see. So you know, it's a standard Kyrie M5 moment where, you know, you get the best player in the world, gets target banned, and then they can't play his he can't play his flashy heroes. Just has to go with a boring old tank jungle like Basha, and then he can't do what he wants to do. So could be a situation like that. However, he still has a lot of options going forward here. You know, you've got the Fanny. What other assassins are there? There's Joy, but I feel like Joy is not that strong at the moment. So.
and watch the world burn!
I agree with you. I mean, we did see that. Was it last night? Also, with
Yep.
the Joy getting picked up, not playing the best, so
Your team is picking.
right now she's just having a bit of a difficult time in the current patch. Jav going for the Bedang with X-Work, getting picked up by Dark Knight. I think a Bedang wall and then Last Insanity coming out from the X-Work. And if you just want overkill, you go with the Bravest Fighter as well into that mix. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I was about to say this is somewhat of a
What's your
reasonable
command?
fanny pick
Your
here,
team is
because
banning.
now you can ban 2 heroes that you don't want it to play against. These bans are pretty much exclusively reserved for Yalla Skip well, for Virus to make use of here. I think it's an okay fanny game, right? I think your biggest threat at the moment is just the obviously it's gonna just be Badang, who's gonna be able to lock you in and control you out of the air. But the Lapu Lapu and Xbox don't really have any counterplay towards it, so I really like it.
Your team is banning.
Earthelman?
Ooh. I
They
think
might
that...
want to go for a game.
To me,
Okay, so both
your
teams are
team
setting
is
up a
all that
Granger pick here.
matters.
That's exactly what's happening. Yalla Skip, they have the they have second pick, right? And what second pick offers you an advantage with is it allows you to first get a hero immediately after the bans of the second phase. So it's going to be RS Kun picking here, and then it allows you to have that final pick. So ladies and gentlemen, second pick is
Crowned by
actually
heaven's
very strong.
mandate,
Your team
my
is
legacy
banning.
shall endure.
True. Zetian getting banned out from the side of 1 HP. Do you think Zetian would have actually worked for the side of Equinox?
Yeah, absolutely. You got that passive, which is just gonna mess with the fanny a hell of a lot. Also, not the squishiest mage. You know, you kind of like to build her with a little bit of resilience, a little bit of tankiness to her. So, you know, that's not easy food for Virus to take down. They want the enemies to pick a bit of a squishier target, and I mean they have to, right? We're not really seeing a sustaining kind of mid lane meta at this current moment. So, your options are very squishy.
Sure. Also, I don't think Farsa would be actually good here because she would just be too easily caught up by the Fanny and the Basha. So the mages to be considered could be what's the name? Zushin. But I think Zushin struggles against the Fanny.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
waiting
Your
for
team
too
see the
long.
carry coming out from the side of Yalla Skip right here. I was gonna say, yeah, like this is a pretty easy Moskov pick coming in from the side of Equinox. I think it's very nice against the Fanny. It's a bit of a generalist pick as well. It doesn't have that many bad matchups. I mean, it does have a few bad matchups, but there's always counterplay with Moskov. It's the counterplay is that if you're losing in lane, you can just go and split push the whole game, and you have the advantage of being able to join a team fight whenever with that SOD. So I think this Moskov makes a lot of sense right here. Hijume hovering the Aurora. I mean Odette, excuse me, not Aurora. Yeah, I think Zetian was the better pick here. Yeah.
Your team
Because Zetian is a bit tankier, similar to the I keep calling it Zetian, the Zushin, similar to the Zetian, with being a little tiny bit tankier than a lot of the other mages. So they've done a nice response to the Fanny pick coming in from Equinox.
And RS couldn't going for the glue. So the side of 1 HP, they do have some team fight potential, pick off potential. And the same can actually be said for the side of Equinox, but I think they're leaning more into the team fight potential.
Yeah, Equinox are looking way more team fighty. I think I actually have to agree with you here. I mean, disagree with you on the team fight potential coming in from Yalla Skip. They are all pick off in my eyes here. They're all like single target or at least small area of effect range here. So they are heavily pick off, right? On Yalla Skip.
True, but the Sicilian can also work a bit well with the Basha stun coming in from the first skill.
Sure.
So, and he comes in with the Sanguine Claws. But I do see what you mean by actually just mostly being pick off.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are in onto the game number 2 coming in for you tonight for Yalla Skip versus Equinox. The score right now, ladies and gentlemen, is 0-1 going towards the favor of Equinox right now. So Make sure you vote in the poll to say who you think is going to take this next game and who will take everything, really, is what we're asking with that poll going forward here. Now, we talked about the draft, we talked about the pick-up potential, we talked about the team fight, but now, Lotus, who's going to take the game here on the draft? Who's got the better draft overall?
I would say Equinox, but in team fights,
Yeah, I mean, team fights are always pretty good, right? Having the AoE stuns is always a safe option compared to pickoffs. I think because a lot of what the South African player base does not know how to do is run these pickoff drafts. They're quite difficult to pull off, right? You have to play in such a specific way. You have to change your playstyle so drastically that a lot of players are just not used to how it works. As now we're going to look at a little bit of a gank coming in from Bunny. You can see that rolling boulder is just so good at just giving vision in and out there. We are going to see a nice little gank coming in from the side of Yellow. Skip's going to be first blood going to the Barsha, excuse me, as Dark Knight already his Faraga armor taken away. You can see the deadliness that Virus has on this flying hero. Even going to be able to take the lizard away from him. Lotus.
we do also, sorry, it keeps lagging out, so there's these weird breaks, relapses between your words. So it keeps sounding like you're trying. Okay, I'm not gonna describe it, but first third of the game is up and running. Both teams are trying to get some position and visioning on each other. Equinox just poking the turtle, letting it come to their side, but it just resets. Oh, nice roll from Bedang. Arskun getting caught out, but Basha comes in with a roll. Doesn't stun anyone just yet, but wants to go for Gosu Hakaru.
Oh, we're going to see Val. Oh, look at the set coming in for the side of Yellow. Skip, huge amount of damage going in, but Ghost Okada has the response. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade after that. That's absolutely insane. I did not think that was an even fight. That looked so much in the favor of Yellow. Skip. Oh, well, they get the kill in the jungle. That's a bonus.
Did you see that Tanguan Claws just catching Xbox? I mean, he was so close to see freedom. Sicilian then saw him and said, "Nah, come a little bit closer. I want to kill you."
Oh, I didn't catch that one on the replay, but yeah, that Sanguine Claws was... I thought that was some sort of Tigreal ulti that just came through. I mean, you were right. You were cooking on some idea here, which was... I mean, if they do have team fight, it's one ability on their side, and that's going to be the Sanguine Claws, and we definitely saw it come through. I still don't understand how that fight was even, though. Like, after a set like that, how do you go even after that?
True. 3-1 in the favor of 1 HP right now. They do have the early game advantage as they did in the previous match, but also managing to get 1k gold lead. Fanny wanting to go for the invade. Does she manage to take it? No, she doesn't.
Ooh, that would have been a nice little bonus if Fanny could have gotten that. But she's out of energy, needs to go back, get her own blue buff, and then start looking towards contesting this turtle. Got a minute before it enters the Land of Dawn, as now I think both teams, they're sort of waiting for the rotations from their side laners here. Yeah, this is looking like an important next fight.
That is true, but Glue is just keeping tabs on Lapu. Cecilia and Bunny just doing a good job camping, getting vision for the team right now. Once again, these teams are just trying to get this map presence, and Bunny likes it annoying them to bits.
He is definitely annoying. He sets up a nice little fight coming through for the side of Yellow. Skip. We're going to see the last insanity committed. But here comes Fanny with the steel cables. Looking for that X-Borg without the Faraga armor. Gets the nice kill on Hijime, but takes quite a lot of harass damage. In the meantime, Java was getting taken down as well by the Sicilian. As you know, the turtle's spawning out now, but both junglers have to reset. But it's enough time for them to get back into the scene. As now, oh, we've got the Lapu 1v4 situation. Gets a kill as well with the flicker underneath the tower. Beautifully played from Okado.
That is true, and right now, both teams are getting ready for this turtle, trying to draw it to their side. Ariscon once again getting caught up by the Badang. Will he manage to get out here? No, he doesn't. Zushin catching him beautifully. Batsby's Fanny also in a lot of danger, has to get out. It looks like a free turtle for the side of Equinox right now.
Yeah, that was an amazing job coming in from Equinox, locking down Virus on that Fanny. With that Spear of Misery, that's Moscow's second skill onto the wall. That's like what we can expect in that matchup, right? Moscow is great at picking off the Fanny outside of the air and locking her down. Again, Bunny, just look at Bunny, he's just having a good time jumping around the walls. I mean, it makes sense with a name like that, right? Doing some bunny hops.
Fair enough. Some poking also here on Hitchumate, just managing to bait out the ultimate Crimson Beacon.
Oh, yeah, you said the Crimson Beacon was used? Okay, that's pretty huge, because now that gives Fanny sort of an angle to get the kill on Zetian for a while. You know, Crimson Beacon, I think its main, like a very big use of that ultimate is the repositioning tool. We're going to see Kubo taking so much damage from Ghost Okado there. You can see that this Lapu is absolutely deadly when it comes to these team fights. Here we go. We're going to see Fanny coming in with the steel cables. There's the cutthroat onto Hijime. She knows that there's no Crimson Beacon for the defense there. Beautifully played from Virus. As now we're gonna look at
That
the
is
turtle
true.
fight coming through. Sorry, Lotus. I don't know if it's me lag or you. I mean, it can't be me, right? I'm streaming.
I think it's me.
Alright, okay, no worries. Oh, nice little set coming in from Bunny there. Pops a flicker on the mask up there. Oh, but nice little set coming in from Badang, but gets immediately punished because there's 4 members of Yala Skip here compared to just the 2 members of Equinox. So already looking at a quite nice setup for a turtle on the side of 1 HP.
Very much so. Lapu is already going to rotate to the mid lane, wanting to help out with his next turtle fight, but Glue just keeping tabs on him.
Yeah, oh, but nice little Fanny action there with the steel cables, just maneuvering around the fight so beautifully. Has to reset though, because she is out of energy, as we're going to look at the first Lord fight of the game. There's the Bravest Fighter coming into the back line here. Kuba on the run. Nice flicker as well coming in from Ghost Okado. Another response of a flicker coming in from Kubo here. We're going to see that fist crack onto Bunny of all people. I don't think that's the right target. There comes Fanny coming in with the steel cables doing that damage, but the Crimson Beacon has been committed for that disengage. But now, oh, in the top lane, Ghost Okado was a bit too forward. Gets picked off by the Fanny, and now that's going to lead to another kill on the Moskov, who's way out of position.
A 3-for-0 exchange in the favor of 1 HP right now. Dark Knight looks like he wants to go for a steal, but will he actually be able to do so? Fanny does scout him out. Last Insanity also being popped. He can't even try to contest for this right now.
Yeah.
He needs to survive this and help his team defend for the next fights.
Yeah. Once you have that no more Faraga armor, you cannot contest objectives anymore. You just do not have enough burst damage to try and get it done. You would just be throwing away your life, especially since if you don't have the Faraga armor, you're just a sitting target, right? You only got 1 HP bar.
True, but the first turret of the entire game only getting taken down 9.25 minutes into the match.
Hectic. that is hectic. We can just see how slow this match is moving. We're going to see the fight coming through here with the fist crack, able to land onto so many members of the side of 1 HP, but the response coming in from Gambit is too much with the speedy light wheels. There's going to be a double kill coming in for that carry right now, and maybe making a triple because Blue has him locked down. No, Virus is like, nah, I want one of those. And now they also get the Lord charging down the top lane. So they're going to be able to generate a huge amount of advantage coming through right now. Bunny, they're looking to contest this mid lane turret, but they need to be so careful. There's the X-Borg and Sebastian matchup as now, oh, there's the Bravest Fighter coming in from the Lapu needing to be used because the grab was committed.
Right now, 1 HP also managed to get around a 4,000 gold advantage. all the first tier turrets are gonna get taken down, as well as one second tier turret.
Just having a quick look at the replay here. I mean, they got picked apart pretty well. That's something that I was talking about earlier, is just that how you know, this is how you play a pick-off draft, is that you're meant to not take these hectic team fights. You're meant to slow the team fights down to the point that the enemy splits up. And if you can do that, then your single target damage is gonna shine.
Definitely agreed right there. We do see the next Lord around in 60 seconds, but once again, there's a poke here around the blue buff.
Yeah, they do want to make sure that blue buff is taken on the side of Equinox, because if they leave that area for too long, Fanny's just going to come and get that extra free energy reserves over to that side. So nicely, I think that that's definitely worth prioritizing when it comes to this game. Yeah.
But we do see Equinox going for that 5-man rotation, but Fanny's just jumping in and out, dealing the damage, but might get caught out, does not. That was a beautiful escape.
Was a lovely escape coming in from Virus. I couldn't even keep up with the camera movement there. I was trying to zoom out my screen while Fanny was just going in and out. That was some Kyrie plays right there. Man, that's just 3 for nothing out of nowhere. That's the power of the Fanny, is just to be able to come through, get into position as faster than any other hero can, and then just do the job.
Yes, we do see the concealed play used defensively right now, also from the side of 1 HP. Virus just poking L on the Moskov. I'm surprised we're actually seeing L in the gold lane. I just realized that now, as a matter of fact. Next Lord of the game is up. 1 HP can maybe take it without contest, but Equinox wants to see if they've got a shot.
I mean, they've got the Faraga armor up. As long as that Faraga armor is up, they have a shot at it, right? There it is. He's going to pop the last insanity, but Fanny's nowhere to be seen. The Retribution's going to go to the export. The nicely play coming in from L. But Kubo, they're going to have to run right now because they had to go extremely out of position to contest that one. As Gosukato's on the run now. Is he going to be able to make it out? Has a shield. Legendary for Fanny. 5-for-1 trade. They get the Lord, but can they run it down mid and finish the game?
They probably could. I mean, look at how they're just going through this Lord right now, taking him down. I think they're gonna maybe make this an ending angle, but Equinox is almost back in time. The majority of their members, will they be able to defend?
They need to be careful of the Badang here. The Badang could put a wrench in their plans right now, but there's Kyrie with the speedy light wheel just focusing down the base. As a 1 HP Yellow Skip, they take game number 2 in a dominant fashion, man. This game was not close. I think it was a little bit close. I mean, Lapu Lapu was doing some great stuff, Gosakado, but I mean, listen, man, you give this Fanny to Virus, he's gonna cook with it, man. I think it was a nicely placed pick. Didn't have too many counters to mess up. It was just like the Moskov and the Badang, and the rest was all game, man. And then you just saw what he did to them there. So, oh man, you have to respect the virus Fanny. I think it's a ban, or you need to design a draft to get to play around it.
Definitely. I mean, we have seen last night as well how deadly Virus is on the Fanny, and the fact that Equinox let it come through, I think they learned the lesson. Ban Fanny, or like you said, use the draft that counters the Fanny.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. This is what I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see. Well, I wasn't expecting to see the Equinox win game 1 in such the way they did. But now after the game 1, I was expecting to see 1HP come in through and have an amazing rebuttal towards that performance there. So, and that's exactly what happened.
Very much so. I mean, these players are crazy. Someone leave or enter?
I think someone left. Ghost Okada has left the vicinity for now, so we're just gonna wait on him. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, just stay seated, get a snack, get some drink. We'll be right back for the next game 3 between Yala Skip and Equinox.
yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. For your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Beat in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Takes a thing to see. Just like a weed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope, as you can see, the breaks are not that long. We've got all the players ready into the lobby. Game number 3, 1-1 on the score tonight between Yellow Skip Skip and Equinox. We've seen some crazy stuff happen, man. Lotus, we saw Virus bring out that Fanny and completely just style on the enemies. I think the Bashir switch as well, going from jungler to roam, was also a really good idea. We can see how comfortable Bunny is, Bunny hopping on that rolling boulder.
Let's hear from the crowd.
True.
Make some
As
noise.
we go into the
It's
drafting
early.
phase, CC getting banned out from the side of 1
Thorns
HP.
remain.
Your
Should
team
petals
is
fall.
banning.
Ooh, yeah, now we have first pick coming in from Yellow Skip Skip. So now that first pick is a lot stronger for them now that I think about it, right? Because Yellow Skip Skip, they don't need to ban Lons or YSS. It's all up to Equinox to ban it. So yeah, I mean, you can't let the YSS go through here. They've just got Matilda out with the Lance and the YSS, and that limits the amount of draft potential so much on the side of Equinox here. So just purely based on first pick, it's heavily inside of Yellow Skip Skip.
Would Equinox ban out the YSS or the Fanny?
I think you have to ban out the YSS. I think you can't be banning out Fanny and then leaving YSS in. I think we've seen Saints have an answer to it like a few times. So I feel like it can definitely it can be countered.
call me
The
a
YSS
hero
can't.
because I saved my
This hero,
nation
no
from
matter what
falling
you pick it
apart.
against, it will farm faster than your own jungler. There's nothing that jungles faster other than like Hanzo or something. But you know what Hanzo's about, right? Not the greatest pick here.
Rocks need no
I definitely agreed. Bunny once again picking up the Barsha. Now, if Virus picks up the Fanny, Equinox can go for heroes like Mincetar. From what I remember, people say that Mincetar is a good counter to people like a Fanny and a Lancelot and Link.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was, right? That's how they counted the Fanny, was that Hayabusa pick. So they could think about that. Okay, but but also they could just draft a heck of a lot of CC. That's also what they're gonna do. They know the Fanny might be coming out. Well, they know that Yellow Skip Skip's thinking about it. So why not just draft a whole bunch of stuff that can deal with it?
Uranus has awakened.
Butterflies born
Ooh,
by my
okay,
wish.
okay. I see what it. I see what it is. I see the angle coming in from the side of Equinox here. They want to leave out. Since they did use quite a lot of picks to counter the Fanny.
What's your command?
They now
team
don't
is
let them
banning.
pick it through for the first phase. Now they can ban it. Yeah.
Oh, but a Barsha and a Uranus
Your
put into the same team. What do you think about that? That's a lot of sustainability.
Yeah, it's obviously it's a bit sus versus the X-Borg.
To me,
I think the X-Borg versus Uranus matchup's actually not so bad for the Uranus. The X-Borg is that hero that does a little bit of damage. I mean, it turns into quite a lot late game, but it's not burst damage, right? And Uranus thrives against tick damage. And so early on in the game, Uranus has the advantage. Also, this time the Basha, I hope at least the Basha's gonna stay on the roam.
I've been
So,
waiting for too long. Is picking.
So now they can go for more of an assassin pick on the jungle to remove that Faraga armor preemptively. which they struggled to do with the Basha jungle last time. So I'm liking both teams' angles going into this. It just depends on the next few picks quite a lot. We've just blitzed through the banning phase so far. We're gonna see the 1-1 Granger carry band out as well. Obviously, the carry band is gonna cover all the tanks on the side of Yalla Skip, forcing the Bruno pick out actually.
Oh, we did see some good Bruno plays in the previous rounds, but I'm sorry. I was lagging out again. It sounds like one of those alien movies where everything just goes into static mode on the radio.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
Craving the nectar of bloodshed.
No. What do you think about the Bruno versus Moskov matchup?
Ooh, I think Bruno wins this pretty hard early. I think that's like a solid, that's a fact. I think Bruno just has way more lane pressure than a Moskov will ever have. Moskov's not that strong in lane. Like he is all about just getting out of lane, at least going even with the enemy, and then split pushing to gain advantage that way. But in lane, Gambit needs to be quite careful. But after that, we're going to see the Sicilian coming through from the side of Equinox. It's hard to say who has the better draft here. I feel like both teams have counterplay to each other. I feel like the high boost is going to be very, very important because there is quite a few backline targets to get, right? There's got the Sicilian. You've got the Bruno, and then you have the objective of getting rid of the Faraga armor from the Xborg. So I think there's a lot that needs to happen for the side of Yalla Skip in order for their draft to work. On the other side, we've got this Xborg who is countering 2 tanks. But that's on the condition that they have to last the early game, because the Basha and Uranus scale better into the first 3 minutes of the game compared to the Xborg as well. So there's a lot of conditions that need to be fulfilled, and both teams, it's all about the play makes.
Definitely agreeing with you there. We also do see double Revitalize and double Purify coming out from the side of 1 HP. So that also just gives the Basha and the Uranus a lot more sustainability.
Yeah, and I think they do need the Purifies, right? That's sort of the classic answer to the Cho, is that Purify. If you can bait out the way of the dragon with that Jikundo, it's like it puts Cho out of position quite a lot. So actually, it's Ghost Okado on the Cho here. I just realized I thought it was gonna be a Cho roam with a Gatot EXP, but I think Cho's gonna struggle a bit. I know he managed to nuke down the Uranus a little bit there, we saw, but Uranus just heals that back up quite nicely. The advantage of the Cho is that he does stuff like this. He's able to rotate quite nice and fast with that extra mobility. So I think that's definitely gonna be something that 1HP need to look out for.
Definitely, but Ghost Okado getting out has to use the flicker. But he's gonna... no, he does not get taken down. His team coming to the rescue just in time. Revitalize. Both of them getting caught, but no kills.
Oh man, yeah, that's I think that was a bit of a weird Revitalize play coming through. I think it would have been just better for one of them to click it, not both. But I think they sort of realized that once there was just like that awkward standoff, like, oh, whoops, we both used it. As that, there it is. We're going to see that Faraga armor, as you're saying there, it's going to be taken down. But the shadow kill, the bounce is off the mark, but it's going to be Zushin. Kubo will finish off the kill on that Xborg. No quad shadow to get away from Jav, but it doesn't matter. The damage has already been done. If Kubo and RS can get back to help High Boost to secure the turtle, that is going to be a one fight for the side of Yalla Skip. Oh, they're not even going to start it though.
Aww. That was actually beautiful, taking down the Xborg's Faraga armor, then just taking his life in exchange as well, and then no turtle.
Yeah. I think it was a bit difficult. Hayabusa wasn't exactly full health. It wasn't very healthy. So they needed to play that safe. Well, they didn't need to, but they chose to play it safe. As Hayabusa, look at this cooking Kubo. This is the gameplay right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing Kubo getting this turtle with all his power. Just having like a dance party by himself with that crimson lantern, butterfly lantern. No, that's the item. What's a second skill of Zushin? I know the crimson beacon is oh, lantern flare. That's what it's called, lantern flare.
Lantern flare. Zushin loves her lanterns. She was definitely in the lore. She's probably definitely part of lantern festivals every single year. But we once again see the engagement. Jav in a lot of danger right now. Might get taken down, but Virus going down first. Jav pulling him just from behind, and Owl also gonna get taken down by RS Kun.
Ooh, nice play coming in from Yala Skip. They easily won. Well, not easily. I mean, they outplayed the enemies quite nicely there. As you can see in the bottom lane, I think it's a situation where, yeah, Moskov, he takes small little trades, but he does not want it to take a big all in because he will lose that. So nicely sort of played out for the side of Gambit right there. They got a little bit of a gank coming through. I don't know if they can commit fully for this. It's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, and the Bruno is actually playing quite nicely, going immediately under the tower, waiting for Gather to also just come. And the Basha also used his first skill, so there was no tower dive.
You can see Quad Shadow being committed here. It's gonna be RS Kun. He's doing what Uranus do best, right? Oh, here's away the dragon coming down with the AOG, but the Revitalizer's there in order to sustain the members of Yala Skip. Goes to Kado's actually gonna be the one low in HP out of that trade. I mean, Yala Skip are okay with that. They're more okay with it than what the enemies are, just because they have the regen ability, right? You see that Cho has to go back to the fountain in order to recover from that play. You know, you're a Uranus on the for your RS Kun. You don't care if you take a trade. You can just go back straight into the fight.
True. Also, it seems like Equinox is having a bit difficulty with knowing who to target, because they put so much pressure onto RS Kun instead of going either for Kubo or Virus.
We are seeing a bit of a fight here coming through. We're going to look at Bunny taking a little bit of damage here, but there's a shadow kill being committed on a few members of Equinox there, but he's not going to be able to get out. Gets caught with the Way of the Dragon as well, coming through with the Lantern Flare Purify, stops the Way of the Dragon combo on Kubo right there. But now we're looking at Equinox winning this fight pretty convincingly, but it's the raid boss that's left here. It's gonna be RS Kun coming through, taking quite a lot of damage, but does not make it out. SOD a bit late to the fight from Gambit. If he came a bit earlier, I think that might have been turnable, but was a bit too late.
He was mostly focused on taking this first tier turret in the bottom lane. I think sure, you can actually go for the split push, which might have been a better option than going for the team fight, but his presence could have just turned that team fight around.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. It's a difficult decision. It's difficult to expect that to happen. I think, you know, Yala Skip, they've been winning fights pretty consistently, and now all of a sudden the fight's close. The Moskov needs to know that he shouldn't push that tower and he should join the fight immediately. That's almost impossible to get behind, as now they're lost insanity. It's past it's about the 6-minute mark right now. So this X-Borg is going to be outscaling these tanky lineup characters. As we also see Ghost Okado getting taken down by that Hayabusa. I mean, that's also a bit scary. You know, Hayabusa is also going to scale against a few backline targets. So, and even worse, this Cho was going for damage. He recognizes that he needs to go for a tanky build now, because if he goes for a damage build in this Cho, that makes him another victim for Hayabusa to solo kill. So I like that he switched out of that play style.
I agree with you there, but we do see a slight bit of a gank here in the bottom lane. Gambit getting taken down, but Owl using up the entire Faraga armor. Virus is already into the mix, is looking for the shadow kill.
Yeah, no, the enemies are way too grouped up for that to be a thing just right now at this current point. So, yeah, let's skip. They need to wait for their Moskov to be up so that they can get some map pressure with it, and then they're looking at taking a fight. You can see their positioning. They're ready to go.
So right now we're almost into the 7.5 minute mark, 4-7 in the favor of Equinox, and both teams are actually pretty even in gold.
They are actually, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the same amount of gold. Sure, I think since they do have 4-7 on the KDA, I think if we're looking at the XP, it's probably in favor of the side of Equinox. Here's the AOG, drops down onto Bunny only though. Has a revitalizes. Is it going to be enough damage to take him out though? He's running away. Finally, Mega Kill coming in from the Bruno there. It's going to be the last insanity with pretty much no HP to work with, as now it's the Uranus holding that front line so beautifully. It's going to be the Cho taking the flak. But next to 4 is the Uranus. It's trades all over, 2 for 2 on the board right now. But Yellow Skip, they come out a bit on top because they have the positioning to follow up and finish the tier 1 tower mid.
And they might also be able to finish this tier 2 tower here in the bottom lane. But Moskov is just, with the decision making earlier of going for turrets instead of helping with the team fights, he also managed to get his farm up so that he can be useful in the upcoming team fights.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing Moskov correctly here. That's what it's meant to be. You can't take fights by yourself on solo kills until you have items. So the best thing to do in this stage of the game is just the split push, right? You just want to keep split pushing, get the item, accelerate the item taking like nice and fast, and then after that join with the SOD.
So right now, despite the kill advantage also going to the side of Equinox, 1HP has the map control, and at the end of the day, map control is what actually wins you the game and not the kills, but kills do help.
Sorry, was that a Way of the Dragon by Ghost Cut? I think it was. I think I missed out on that. So that's a resource taken away if a fight does happen within the next like 20 seconds. Which it looks like it is going to. I mean, look at Oris Kun. He's looking like he wants to get a little bit of action for himself. But I mean, he needs to be quite careful. The Xborg is sort of at the stage now where he can burst down the Uranus. Oh, we're looking at a bit interesting gank coming in from Bunny here. Even pops to Hortus Bussons, but the Spear of Misery comes through, starting 2 together with the SOD committance. But now that means both teams have lost quite a lot of resources to take a fight with. You can see the Lord charging it down in the bottom lane. But so far, they might be able to get the catch on the Xborg. He is going to be able to make it out. He's running away underneath the safety of his tower. He just barely makes it out. Nice little escape coming in from L.
Fire is also dealing a lot of damage here, just wanting to break that golden shield here in the inhibitor turret as well as the top lane. So right now they're just making sure to gain that map pressure that they have been having the entire game. And this is putting Equinox in a lot of under a lot of pressure right now.
They are under pressure, that is true. You look at their map control, they've got only tier 3 towers left to defend, but they have incredibly good heroes for defending turrets, right? They've got the Sicilian, they've got the Xborg, and the Cho as well is also deadly at defending turrets, right? Because you have that Way of the Dragon able to pick off enemies who are out of, like standing too close to the sun and able to get the pickoffs on them. So yeah, they need to respect the high ground somewhat of the side of Equinox, because they could get caught off guard.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where you do not want to overextend. Moskov, is he having lagging issues or is he just camping?
I think he's camping, right? That should be camping. He's letting the wave crash underneath him. Yeah, and so you're like sort of like baiting Bruno out to come and push that lane. So I think that's a play.
But Bruno is just having a fun time at the base. He doesn't want to go near Moskov.
No, he does not want to go near. I think, yeah, Moskov's finished his Trinity. The Golden Staff, Demon Hunter Sword, and Corrosion Sight. So now he has all the necessary tools in order to be able to do a successful pickoff and a successful 1v1 against the Bruno. We're going to see a little bit of a fight coming through here. We're going to look at Oriskin taking quite a lot of damage. Has to pop the ulti on the Uranus. I forgot what that's called. But he's still walking again. I mean, I think he's walking a bit too close to the sun, as I said. Gets blown up, even popped the Revitalize. Not going to be able to make it out of this one. Yala skip, they need to get out. This is not a fight they can win. As Virus gets hit by the wave, the dragon should have the quad shadow as an escape here as he gets out first. But there's the last insanity blowing up the front liners of the side of Yala Skip. Unstoppable coming in from Dark Knight. Kubo needs to start running. Running out of mana though is also what Kubo is doing. As now that's going to be pretty much a dominant team fight for Equinox. Are they going to be able to see the high booster? Here's the shadow kill on the Bruno though. It's going to bounce the wrong targets. Quad shadow to be committed. Virus tries to get out, but the SOD is already there. Monster kill coming in from Bruno. Double kill for the Bruno and the Lord. This game has switched up real fast, and I mean, I hate to say it, it's always hurts to say it, but that was all set up by RS Kun, man. He got caught out of position and made his team this panic, and this game has switched 100 to 0.
But they will be back in time to defend, but right now Backstreet's also getting committed. They want to get this inhibitor turret. Just ultimates getting switched out. Arskun and Basha taken down.
Ooh, but they do take out Bruno. I was about to say, look, I mean, is the game flipping over now? Like, was that fight so intensely impactful on the game state that the game's over? But no, they get rid of the tower damage dealer, right? The Bruno. So that's at least, you know, they're at least still in the game here.
Definitely. And right now, he's not talking.
No, I'm not.
Oh, the phone went alien mode again.
Oh, right. Oh, well, that seems to be happening quite often. I have apologies. As we're now looking at the Lord, who's going to charge that bottom third tower here, is level 12, so it's a little bit tanky, but nothing that Yala Skip can't handle. They need to rethink their strategy moving forward now. This Uranus needs to realize that it's 14 minutes into the game. He cannot be frontlining against these heroes, right? The Bruno is going to pummel him with his basic attacks, and the X-Borg is now scaling out into a lot of true damage. So they need to play it more reserved. They cannot be taking big. They cannot be playing it small. They need to play it big. As now we're going to see RS Kun. Yeah, he realizes he needs to run away here. They're going to pick up the X-Borg here right now. You know, a little bit of a trade, but we can see that they're starting to respect.
Also, earlier you were talking about the Uranus ult. Apparently his ultimate name is Consecration.
Consecration. No idea what that means, but that's great.
Isn't Consecration like getting ready for the cleaning ceremonies and everything that everyone that people go through before they take part of spiritual ceremonies?
Sounds more like concentration. Okay, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say the word that comes after concentration. Anyway, that also sounds like a party. Okay, we got Lord coming up in about 10 seconds here. I think both teams are ready to contest this, but it is Equinox with the map control now. They've thrown enough on the side of Yala Skip, so they need to be able to play this properly. I think what Gambit needs to do right now is he needs to match Cho's split push. I think Gambit really needs to try and push out that bottom lane to push pressure on the enemies, because he can join with the SOD, but he's going to choose to join in on the fight anyway. Here we are going to see a nice PR to the wall here, but there's the last insanity coming out. Blows up a bit early. There's the Cho pushing in onto the back line there. Cho, it's unstoppable for the X-Borg. Kubo in the wrong neighborhood gets caught out, and Dark Knight as well finishes off the X-Borg. Man, this game is looking really rough for the side of Yellow. Skip Virus is trying to get the Q kills that he can. Quad Shadow committed. Gets the kill onto Jab, but needs to run away from the rest of the fight, because now, but a nice little few kills coming in from Bunny and Virus, but you need to be careful of this Bruno coming through right now against the crit, and it's over. Lotus, it's over. Those are the kills they need in order to get the 2-1 score on this best of 5.
I definitely think Gambit should have done like what you said, going rather for the split push, because they wanted to contest for this Lord, even with all the side lanes just starting to piling up with the minions. Split pushing would have been such a better idea.
Yeah. Oh man.
Don't you live and learn?
Oh man, I I think that was a bit too hard. I mean, it's difficult to be able to expect that to happen. I think the Uranus, you're able to make that sort of space for your team, but as soon as it hits that threshold, it's like a light switch. You can't. There's just like a certain point in the game that hits that you can't play like that anymore, and that happened directly on to RS Kun. We saw the impact of that happen. The game switching 100 to 0, making it look like a stomp almost.
Very much so. So right now we're 2-1 in favor of Equinox, right?
Yeah, in favor of Equinox. That's going to be them having first pick next match. Is this the opposite of last night? Is second pick the better pick going forward now?
I mean, it could be, you never know. But this is gonna be match point for the side of Equinox, and 1HP has one last chance to give themselves a comeback time.
That is true. That is very, very true. As we see now, let's see if the players are ready, or we're gonna need a little break. Yeah, it's just Gambit who needs to ready up. Yeah, as we said before, second pick is king now, I guess. So let's see if that rule of thumb carries over. I think they need to be a bit. The draft, this Xborg is getting away with quite a lot. I can agree with Cyberwolf in the comments there. The Xborg, they like drafting tanky heroes on your skip outside of the jungle. So this Xborg in the jungle, it's being a real issue. They're not able to. They have to commit so much to get rid of the Faraga armor, and then whenever the Xborg hits an immortality timing, it gets really iffy. They have to commit so many resources just to take care of him, and I think it's worth a ban.
True, but there are just some heroes that you would rather ban out other than the Xborg, like the Lancelot, the Grok, the Sunshin, because these two teams, I think they would rather deal with an Xborg than those other heroes.
Yeah, I think. Okay, this is exactly what Yala Skip need to do here. They have experience with trading Lance and YSS. They know how to play on either side. They've gotten that info from the side that match against Saints. So I think 1HP they should just try and leave both of them open. Wait for they need to wait for Equinox to not ban either of them, and then do the coin flip.
That actually could work. So, Hichime getting the first ban for the side of Equinox. If they're not gonna go for that coin flip ban,
Okay,
but
they're not.
bans out the Lancelot immediately.
Yeah, then they're not coin flipping. It's they. I think that's a huge sign of respect, actually, on the side of Equinox. They recognize that. Look, we're not willing to give Yala Skip either the Lance or the YSS, even if we can take one of them for ourselves and choose which one we take. So we'd rather just ban it out first phase. So, you know, that shows that these teams do respect each other.
Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
Matilda once again getting banned out as well.
That's we'll have to see. I think 1HP they'll leave the YSS ban for last, just to see if they need to or not. I mean, but you can't give Equinox the you can't give Equinox the YSS. It's a bit too risky.
Sir,
Oh,
what's your
okay.
command?
Yeah, I
Your
mean,
team
listen,
is banning.
I'm saying that second pick is winning, but to me, looking at first pick, it gives you so much control over bans. I'm struggling to believe that it's actually that deep.
Oh, wow. Fanny also getting banned up from the side of Equinox. 1HP might actually go for the Ascension ban.
They have
Also,
to.
it's kind of random which team wins. It all just matters on who wins the draft. Even if you get first pick, you get the control that's necessary. But if you get last pick, you can also pick a hero that works beautifully with your own draft and then also counters out the majority of the enemy team. So I really like last pick more than first pick.
Oh no.
Your team is
They call
Yeah.
me a hero because I
Your
saved
team
my
is
nation from
picking.
falling apart.
Not sure what they were thinking there.
Yeeson left open.
I mean, okay.
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some
I mean,
noise
this
for
hero
yours
is,
truly.
I think, 100% win rate when it's not against the Lance.
Need
I
no
mean,
protection
that's
from
a
the
that's a really risky move, a bold move. Call it brave, call it ignorant, call it whatever you want to call it. But that, in my opinion, it's not worth it.
I agree with you there, but they probably have a plan. They figured that, okay, let's concede the Yi Sun-shin, and then they're gonna have a plan to not only counter the Yi Sun-shin, but work around the draft that is gonna be built around him.
Yeah, I think. Excuse my language here, but I think if they can go for a balls to the wall type of draft, then you could we could maybe see something like that happening. But oh man, it's hard to do it's hard to do an extremely aggressive draft against the Camilla
Experience the
because
youth.
just of how the hero sort of functions. It's really good at countering like raids and stuff. So I think they need. I don't know what their plan is, Lotus. Like 1 HP. What are they doing? I don't know what their plan going forward with this draft is.
I guess we will have to see, but we do see the most famous couple coming out from the side of Equinox going with the Carmella Sicilian combo.
They do have that little extra spell that they can use. So yeah, it's a good little start for a good little backup for the YSS moving forward in the draft. Man, I don't know what they can pick. I think they've dug themselves in a pretty deep hole.
What about we have seen the Roger do excellently against the Yi Sun-shin. Hayabusa do well against the Yi Sun-shin.
Yeah.
But right now, 1 HP only has 1 chance left. Like, 1 chance.
I think it's a bit of a weird one, but I think the pick they could do is maybe a Suyo. Suyo is probably one of the other junglers that jungled really fast and has an okay matchup into the YSS. I'm gonna highlight myself on the okay. It's not great, but what they can do is, you know, play aggressively with the Suyo, go for like a little cheesy play with a level 3 timing that Suyo has, raid the YSS's buff before even Carmella gets level 6.
By heaven's mandate.
Your team
That's what I could see them doing, but it's really risky, but maybe that's what they need.
Yeah.
I think under those conditions, that could get them into this game.
Well, but Suyu is really not the best hero right now. Like, we have seen the Suyu not doing the best in all the matches that he's been playing the entire season. Kuma picking up
which I was made for.
Eve. Well, with her ultimate, she is immune to the Mountain Shocker and the Sanguine Claw, so that could work. Besides going for the great Clint, which is actually relatively equal to the Ranger, and Ghost Okada currently hovering over the Yuzong.
Yeah. I think the Yuzong is also going to be a great pick going forward for the side of Equinox here. I think it's just very consistent. Has an okay laning stage in CC.
Beyond greatness.
Your team
And
is
reignite the star.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
No. No.
I mean,
No.
I have fun playing. I personally have fun playing Joy into ISS. I think I think it's a good matchup. I think it's a good jungle matchup. The only issue between these two heroes is that YSS jungles faster, but Joy has that early that pressure available. If you look at them both on even items, Joy comes out on top pretty much most of the time. So I think this is okay. The only issue is it's the Carmilla, right? She needs this virus needs to be very careful of the Carmilla. going forward. But okay, I'm not being biased here, guys, but I think this is a good Joy angle. I think this is an okay angle. It's sort of coming to light. It's like this pick is opening my eyes a bit.
Does Joy still have CC immunity during the ultimate?
She does not, but there's a catch. When you have 3 dashes, when you've managed to complete 3 dashes on your second skill, your ultimate cast will remove CC. It won't make you immune to it. It's like a Velia ulti.
So that can actually work even when Carmilla uses her Curse of Blood. So the Joy shouldn't have too much of a problem, so I'm seeing your point there. The problem is gonna be the double Petrify coming out from the side of Equinox.
Oh, is the double Petrify? Oh my lord. It's looking okay. Yeah, that's not great for Joy. I'll tell you that. But I think it can work. I see the vision. I see the vision. Virus. I feel you, bruv.
But I'm liking the fact that we're gonna be able to see the buff heroes from this newest patch coming out. Eve with the ability to spam her first skill, and then the Carmilla just also having a buffed first skill where it's instead of 2 flowers turning into 3 flowers.
Yeah, I think that makes a difference. I think it makes Eve able to man fight better, able to take little trades. Not against the Basha though. I think the way that you sort of trade with the Carmilla is that you have a lot of healing, right? The flowers, when they hit enemies, they heal you, and Basha just kind of nullifies that. So needs to be quite careful about taking trades versus him.
True, very much true. We're gonna see a gank here in the top lane. Both marksmen poking each other. Jov showing himself also to the enemy right now. First turtle of the match will be up in 30 seconds. Joy is already there. Just gonna get a view on some of the farm.
Just looking at this, yeah, I mean, already we're 1 minute and 40 seconds into the game. Hayabusa is just able to take so much more use, make so much bigger use of the map compared to Joy. She's her jungle speed is okay. It's not anything special. You're not, you know, going around the map clearing way faster than anyone. Like, you can already see like the difference in experience. But Virus is in position to take that turtle fight here, as they are getting a bit distracted with Bunny. It looks like there's the mountain shocker coming through. They're going to use it to go on that boat, on the taking a trip on his sailboat right down to the turtle. Nice and in time. There's the Black Dragon form. This is going to be an easy turtle coming in for the YSS. But oh, Virus just barely managing to escape death right there, but it's first blood going on to Bunny.
So first turtle and a first kill going to the side of Equinox, and making sure to get some early game advantage. Not too much. Okay, 800 gold. That is a big lead difference in the first 3 minutes of the game. Hitchime also doing a beautiful rotation here onto Gambit.
Gambit needs to be very careful this game. He needs to be able to carry the game. That Joy is going to create somewhat with her like mid-game timing. Like that's sort of what they're looking at, right? Joy's mid-game timing is going to hit quite hard. It's going to be able to make enough space for Gambit to transition to late game, but they have to make the most out of it. They can't if they get knocked down too early, like what's happening now. If they keep taking these bad early fights, it's looking extremely rough. But that so much glazing, so much like not glazing, but just like hopeful 1 HP coming from us here. Let's take like a good look at what Equinox is sort of looking for, right? What do Equinox want? They want to be able to scale really hard with this YSS, who can jungle really fast. On top of that, they've got this Clint, who has a really good matchup into... Oh, excuse me. It's going to be a great little setup coming in from the side of Equinox here. Double kill coming in from the YSS. Bunny just has to watch his allies fall, as that's already just a 2-for-0 trade, just out of nowhere. Oh, no, and they see Granger in there as well. Oh... This YSS, they let the beast loose. He's claiming the lives of Yala Skip right now, and it's looking really like they cannot do anything about it.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
as now we're looking at that turtle has spawned up in that bottom lane here. We're looking at a little bit of an engagement coming in from Virus here. A little off the mark with the electrifying beats. Kev has petrified. This catches her. She's not going to be able to escape that, as we also see the Black Dragon form coming down onto the back line. Going to be able to zone them away from any counter play opportunities, as that's another turtle going to the side of Equinox.
Team has slain the turtle.
Notice. Are you there?
Yes, I just came back. What did I miss?
You missed another not great fight for Yala Skip. They kind of got caught middle. I think Virus made a bit of an overextension with the electrifying beats. You're not immortal when it comes to that ability. It makes you a lot tougher to kill. It gives you actually oh, excuse me, while we see Bunny, the Mon Shocker getting committed. Yeah, I mean,
Team hero
when
has
line
been
sight,
slain.
yeah, that's it. It's gonna be RS Kun just taken out for nothing. It's looking really hard for the side of Yala Skip right now, as Bunny is coming in for a little bit of initiation. They're gonna be able to stun and jab underneath the tower, but the tower falls down. There's the Curse of Blood coming through with the RWM. Oh, but Joy doing quite a lot of damage there with RDWM to back her up. That's gonna be the first kill for the side of Yala Skip on site, so that's something.
This is a bit rough, 7-1 in the favor of Equinox. They also managed to secure an almost 4.5k gold lead so early into the match.
Okay, I'm liking the Joy build here. I think that you have to build Genius Wand. You can't, I think you just can't go Starlium Scythe anymore, Rush. It's just not good anymore. It just doesn't have the amount of damage necessary to get kills. So I like the transition. Moving forward though, for the side of Yala Skip, they've lost the early game. That's a hard fact for them to take in here, but that's what it is. They need to play in a way that that reflects that. You can't just keep playing the game like continuing how you are. You need to take more drastic measures, or we are going to see Bunny just getting completely blown up here. Side going to be able to claim the kill. RWM as well committed. You see, that's what I was worried about, right? If they go for like little plays like that, it's not going to work out, as we are going to see Virus getting caught by the Curse of Blood, gets blown up. That's another 1t5 for the side of the Equinox, and another free turtle.
I'm loving this Carmilla plays coming out from the side of Equinox tonight. And the combo of putting her with the Sicilian. Sicilian has a lot of CC coming from the 7 plus. And the OEOE damage coming out from the Bass Feast. Ghost got in a little bit of danger right now, but he'll probably be able to get out safely.
He's gonna try. I mean, he doesn't have a Black Dragon form, but oh my gosh, look at that damage. Just onto Bunny. I mean, that's a tank right now, and he's getting chunked like that. And then again, RS Kun just gets picked off by the 3 members of Equinox there. That's going to be down here at the bottom. Another tower, and a tier 2 tower taken by Equinox as they look forward to extending their advantage.
Virus just always getting poked out by either the Carmilla or the Ghost Okadu. So this is a bit of a difficult match right now. I mean, the YSS is already very much farmed, has a lot of items as well, and the Granger is just struggling right now.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the timing where Joy needs to make space for Granger, they've missed it. So now they're behind on a quote unquote the schedule for it. Virus is only hitting his second item in a matter of like another 2 minutes or so. He's extremely far behind on this Joy. The only thing you can do on Joy right now is I think he just needs to go and split push. If he takes any fights, he just gets controlled up by the plethora of petrifies coming through from the side of Equinox. So if he takes a fight like that, it's not going to pay off. We are going to see Yala Skip. I mean, not Yala Skip. I keep wanting to call YSS Yala Skip because it's YSS, right? Bunny, he gets poked down. That's another kill for YSS. Or for Equinox. Oh my god, my words are muddling up.
Virus also going for the split push you mentioned earlier. The first load of the game is up in 3 seconds, as we see from the timer. And there's just a lot of pressure here in the top lane as Equinox wants this tier 2 turret.
Oh, but here's the 1v1. Yeah, I mean, man, L's played this perfectly. He understands that a one-on-one basis, Joy actually wins this matchup. He knows that the Joy wins there, so he immediately pops the Mountain Shocker and then just gets away because his understanding of his matchups are incredible. Even though Joy's behind, like, what? How much? Behind 3,000 gold. He still understands the respecter there.
3,000 goals is a bit rough.
Oh, again. Kato getting gone on here.
Go.
I'm gonna see the electrifying beats, but this pops the Black Dragon form. The electrifying beat's not the longest cooldown, so it doesn't worry about too much about committing it. We're gonna see Kubo taking quite a lot of damage from the back line there, but Kato quite far in. Needs to be a bit careful about this, but a nice Curse of Blood's gonna be able to control. Oh no, it's only landing onto one person, but it's more than enough for them to take the one-on-one trade, which matters quite a lot, right? Because now, even if it's a one-for-one trade, they have the Lord running it down in the top lane.
Yeah, unfortunately the Lord might also get some damage thanks to the golden shield here in the that inhibitor turret. But Equinox is doing a beautiful job right now, not overextending by any means, trying to gain a lot of more lane pressure as they can, and just not giving any leeway to the side of 1 HP.
Ooh, look at the standoff here between Virus and L. Gonna be able to scout it out. Nice little fast dash is coming in from the Joy. Gonna be side taken down first. The RDWM actually plays quite nicely, but oh my gosh, look at this YSS damage. It's just cutting through the members of Yellow Skip so easy, like butter going through here from Light. He's just gonna be able to move over and just clean up the fight completely one-sidedly here. They do get one kill onto Sight, but it doesn't matter. They've lost 3 for it. And it's just the Granger and the Joy left. I don't think these heroes have the capabilities of defending against so many people that are so far ahead. But how much longer do we have on the respawn time? Is they going to be able to have one more fight in them for this base defense? But it's looking incredibly difficult for the side of Yellow Skip.
They're gonna have to get a really good defense in right now. But Equinox is just gonna once again not overextend. They're playing extremely disciplined this match. Despite the amount of kills they have, they're still just not overdoing anything right now. They know this is match point. You do not want to lose the opportunity while it's in your hands.
Yeah. Oh man. Now we are going to see the Lord spawning quite soon. Yeah, I mean, look, this could still be a thing, right? I think could still happen. With maybe a clutch, whether it be a clutch retro steal or whether it be a big RWM from the Eve. But man, the pressure, you can already see that they're already like willing to counter pressure that by sending Yu Zhong up into the top lane here. They don't need 5 people to contest this Lord. They're that far ahead that it doesn't matter. There's a curtain call coming in onto the Clint. Needs to be very careful about it though. I mean, it's just a Black Dragon form on the back line just to zone them away from the Lord. It's that easy really, coming in from the side of Equinox there as they get the Lord. Here comes Joy into the front line here, gonna be able to get the a nice kill onto Light so far. There's RWM coming through once again, but legendary on the YSS here. Make that a double kill, make that a triple kill. Is he gonna go for the Maniac? He's looking for it. Looks very close to getting towards it there. Flicker popped in from Gambit, but they've lost 3 members. There's 4 members left on the side of Equinox. Lotus, I think this is the end of the game right now. They're not going to be able to defend this unless there is some sort of miracle that will come through. But I personally, I'll put down the flag. Let's see what happens here. Gonna look at the Lord, charging it down the middle lane. There's a Commonwealth on the back lines. As YSS just focusing up the towers. That's the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be Equinox being your lower bracket finalists. They will claw their way through that lower bracket and make it all the way to the grand finals to be matched up against the Saint Dynasty in the grand finals coming soon towards, I think it's tomorrow, right? Yeah, what a performance coming in from Equinox there. Perfect game from L. no deaths on the board. I think that was a bit of a drafting mistake coming in from Yala Skip Skip.
Yeah, they really should not have let YSS go pass through the sift, but we will also be doing the interviews shortly with the team captains.
Yeah, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was quite a last match, a bit of a stomp, if I may say so myself. Yeah, I don't know what they could have done, but I think leaving YSS was just too big of a risk. As I say, I'll stand behind the joy pick. I think it wasn't that bad. It's just an unfair matchup though, with just the YSS man. It's just he's too fast, a bit too fast for Joy to keep up, and when it comes to jungle speed.
Sure. Also, with Joy not being the strongest hero right now, putting that against the strongest jungler, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just gonna switch chats real quick to the open one. I'll be going real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the chat. Yeah. I will close the poll now. Thank you for voting in that. Let me see. Oh, all right. Looks like 60% of the viewers voted actually for Yala Skip Skip actually in the end. 40% or 39% for side of Equinox. That's an interesting outcome. We definitely did expect Yala Skip Skip to we expected them to do quite well. They did put up some great resistance against Equinox there. Not as much. I think we were not expecting such a stomp. That's for sure what we were not expecting. But I think they earned their place going forward into the grand finals. That being Equinox. So yeah, we as Lotus said, we will be having a quick interview with the members of Equinox, maybe Yala Skip Skip as well. So we'll find out if either one of them or both are coming towards the interview. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the interviews. Discord on the stream here. We are joined by 3 members of Equinox here. That's going to be Ghost Okado, Dark Knight, and Hijume. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? Unless there's some ladies among you, probably not. Gentlemen, how are you feeling tonight about that win against Yala Skip Skip?
That day we're feeling pretty good because damn,
it was quite difficult.
Yeah, exactly what he said. It was quite difficult at first, but we managed to pull through in the end, and we kind of figured them out because the box epic. Yeah, well, all we needed was Sicilian, and it was good NSBGs.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that last game was quite something to watch. I think, as I said to you a bit earlier here, that yeah, skip. They made a bit of a mistake with the jungle trade. I think that well, no, there was no trade to be made, right? It was just that they let the YSS through. But anyway, that was a good performance on that last game, a bit of a stomp. I think moving forward here, I think that you guys are definitely the underdogs here, moving through the lower bracket. What was your experience going through that? Do you think it was a difficult climb, or was it not so hard?
I mean, definitely coming from like making a new team and then to go up against all these good people and actually winning them is a high like achievement for us as Equinox, and I'm proud of every team member I have, and especially Sharvin, especially Sharvin L, and every other member, Hijume also, Dark, Jav. Congrats to all of them. But it was really difficult, like considering like starting in this tournament, we didn't have much of a support. No one knows us,
Okay.
and even going in, like the comments we got, like HP gonna win and that, and we managed to pull this win. I think this is great for us in our motivation to play better against higher teams. So yeah, that's my comment on it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great response. Thank you. Lotus, let's see. You got any questions for these gentlemen here before we move on to the statement section?
Well, I did miss out a lot. Apparently, I learned that half of the interview was I missed out on, but gonna be playing against Saint Dynasty next. Did you go over that topic yet?
No. You can go. For it.
So you guys are gonna probably be facing Saint Dynasty. You did an amazing job going through, going against 1 HP, managing to take it 3-1. So, how do you feel about the Saint Dynasty match?
I mean, we lost 2-0 on our first run in this tournament, and we gather like some how do you say? We gather something with us that we will use as strategy on our next game versus them, and yeah, GG's to come upcoming. We'll see what's next for it. We are quite hungry to verse them again. That's my say on it.
All right, so I have one last question for you guys. Then is specifically about the game, the grand finals themselves. I think we're still on the fence about. We're not certain whether it's going to be a best of 5 or a best of 7. I'd like to know from you guys on the side of Equinox, what would you guys prefer if you were to choose between going for a best of 5 or a best of 7? What would you choose?
I'd say best of 5.
Best
of 7.
Best of 7 is too draining because we work and stuff. So to come home and best of 7 on a Wednesday is crazy.
Okay.
Unless we do it on the weekend.
I mean, obviously work is very important, right? I mean, everyone needs to work. But just purely off of if we had all the time in the world to play it, just not whether it's tiring to do a best 7 or not, what would you think would be better just without any of the other factors going in?
If we are speaking, then best of 7. If we had all the time in the world, then best of 7 would be better.
Okay. All right. That's just like an internal thought I had. But anyway, yeah.
I think my team member Darknut has a few words for the upcoming team.
Oh, okay. Dark Knight, you got something to say to Saint Dynasty going forward?
No.
Okay. I must say, Dark Knight, you did play a hell of a great gold lane that those matches. Yeah, we're hoping to see the same performance come out on the grand finals. But yeah, gentlemen, that was a great performance coming through. We are also joined by Kubo. coming in from Yala Skip there. Kubo, sorry about the loss, but you guys played insane. I think the last match, I was worried that you guys might have felt a bit of a burnout from playing yesterday as well. Like, in my opinion, it kind of showed a bit there, unfortunately, where I think it was a bit of a panic sort of draft, but I'm not going to dive into that too deep. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, gutted. I think this is the first word that comes to mind. Well played to you guys. Cardo, Dark Knight. I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's name at the bottom there, but well played. Yeah, like you guys were saying earlier, coming from work and not having much time to breathe, think, and then straight into a best of 5. Yeah, definitely. I think there was an element of burnout. Not really a good enough excuse for me, but yeah, we again got outplayed today. I think we should have made a few different bans, maybe like banning the YSS in the 3rd game. We wanted to give it away and try counter it, but yeah, didn't go in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I as a Joy player myself, I know the matchup's actually good for Joy. I'll speak to everyone here, including Equinox. I know that the matchup is okay for Joy against the YSS, as I explained in the stream. It's just that YSS in a 5-on-5 setting just jungles so much faster than the hero can keep up with, and so it starts to become impossible just being able to make the space for your team with the Joy compared to what the space that YSS can make.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we played very well in the 2nd game, kept it clean, but the X-Borg in the 1st and 3rd game was just destroying our lineup. And yeah, not much we could do that.
Yeah, the X-Borg. I know. I saw you guys really did like to draft the tanky front line as well. Yeah. So the X-Borg was a bit of a great pick. But yeah, Lotus, you got any questions for Kubo?
Well, to be honest, I would actually just like to congratulate them on coming this far. Yes, you guys did lose out on the lower bracket finals, but I mean, you got to the lower bracket finals. That is an achievement a lot of the teams strived for, but you guys were the ones that made it.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I think it makes us 3rd overall, which we'll take. It's better than 4th, 5th. So yeah, I wish we were at the top there in the grand finals, but it is what it is. Always next time, and obviously the next tournament coming up, so we'll come back stronger.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got Conquerors of Dawn just around the corner here. That's the perfect time to show what you've learned coming through from MSA. I know I'll be seeing you guys there. Alchemy X gonna show an appearance. Anyway, if anyone doesn't know, we've said this before, but top 4 teams from MSA are automatically registered into Conquerors of Dawn. 10,000 Rand prize pool on the line for that. But yeah, I think we can end this off one quite nice and early. I just have one last request from Kubo and the members of Equinox there. Anything you'd like to say to each other before we finish things off?
Great game, Kubo. You definitely gave us a run. Not gonna lie, it was quite difficult. Well played to you and your team, man. GG's.
Thanks, Bree. Appreciate it. Same to you guys, and good luck for the finals. It's going to be a tough matchup between you and Saints. It's like 50-50 in my eyes. Good luck. Give it all.
GG's to you, Kubo.
GG's. Thank you.
All right. Well, you've heard it here from them, folks. That is going to be it for tonight. We will be seeing you for the grand finals coming soon. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting the date of when this match is happening. Is it tomorrow or is it not tomorrow?
It's Wednesday, I think.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit misinformed this side, but keep posted on the WhatsApp groups. We will have an answer for you for there. So make sure you stay peeled. And that will be it from us. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you whenever the grand finals are.
Retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution!